That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
If you're going to bet on the NBA games, just know that here at the FBI, we are going to catch you, okay? We are the FBI, the Federal Basketball Inspectors. Stop asking me about the Epstein files. The Epstein files have nothing to do with the basketball.
Oh, I've been shaking. I love it when you go crazy. You take all my inhibition. Baby, there's nothing holding me back. You take me places that tear on my reputation. Manipulate my decisions. Baby, there's nothing holding me back. There's nothing holding me back. There's nothing holding me back.
Had that mustache. You know Hitler had the mustache?
He had that like scar across his
He thought the nose was too big.
Fake Christian bitch! You fake Christian bitch! Who would you
Jesus said obey the laws of the land.
You were married to a Jewish woman.
Well, yes, on my wife's mother's side.
But also, you know, it was also about paying the bills, man. And it was just like hustling. And so I was out there kind of raising myself, turning on the TV, started, you know, just getting obsessed, you know, sitting there with the, you know, the Wonder Bread and...
kick that nigger bitch off the plane? Hey, Tommy! Put Jesus separate! Tommy! I'm a little and I'm proud!
Which one'd you get?
Pfizer?
It's over for you.
No.
Spike proteins got you. Mad cow disease incoming.
Hitler was a quarter Jewish.
Yeah, people say that, but I don't think there's really any evidence of it. I think that's more.
Oh, you know about his father being an illegitimate son of the Rothschild house in Vienna?
I've heard it. I just don't think there's really strong evidence.
Well, the British wartime report declassified in 1976 says he was.
Guess what I'm going to be? What? Guess what I'm going to be? Fauci? A retard? A retard?
It's cultural swine, bitch. Now where's the blow?
Yo, what is good? What's good? Another episode today. Just another Monday up in this bitch. But, yeah, I hit a nice little hike earlier today with a couple of the boys. Great way to start the fucking morning out here in Tucson, AZ, dog. But yeah, it was a great hike. Nothing's better than, you know, getting out there before the fat fucking slobs can get their way up the mountain. And nothing's better than getting out there when the weather's fucking 65 to 75 degrees. Oof. And then top it off with a nice joint with a great view. Great shit. Damn, though. You do be seeing a lot of families on these hikes that they'll go and do all these hikes as a family or whatnot. And all the kids have headphones in their ears as they're walking with their families on a hike. They either got some like beat shit like this on, or they got like their AirPods in, and they're just casually walking with their parents, and the parents are casually, you know, just chilling with it. I'd be like, get that fucking 5G poison out of your fucking head right now, boy. Get that fucking 5G poison out of your fucking head and talk to us. Now, it's fine if they're alone. Who gives a fuck if you're traveling alone on the hike and you want to listen to some shit? I stopped wearing headphones, though, because you can't hear a fucking rattlesnake. You can't hear fucking, you know, anything if you're walking around like a fucking doofus in the mountains with headphones in. But that's your choice if you're on your own. But goddamn, if you're with your family and you got your fucking offspring running or, you know, doing the hike with you guys, the parents, wearing fucking headphones, what the fuck is that? Like, what the fuck is that? It's like, okay, mom and dad are going to talk about whatever the fuck, taxes, dinner tonight. You guys just fucking put your fucking 5G poison in your ear and just follow us around like a bunch of fucking headbanging retards that took too much Tylenol and got their 4th booster. Crazy. But I mean, I hate to talk shit, but it's so weird. Why go on the family hike if the fucking kids are just gonna have fucking tech in their head the whole time? Like, the parents are, I mean, maybe it's like a thing, like, maybe it's a compromise at this point in this day and age with the parents and the kids. They're like, all right, will you at least hang out with us? get offline for a couple hours and hang out with us and maybe do something outside. You know, let's go hit a hike. As a family, we'll go hit a hike together. Can we do that? And the kid's like, I guess. Sure, I can do that. And but under one condition. I need to put fucking MK Ultra tech in my ears. And they're like, I guess that's the only way. And they're like, and I want a fucking polar pop on the way, bitch. Craziness. All right. Got the World Series tonight. Let's go Jays. Fuck the Dodgers. Fuck the Dodgers. Fuck all of you guys. That's it. Been watching a lot of Red Bar lately. I had no clue that Red Bar was from Tucson, Arizona until kind of like a couple days ago. And yeah, I'm gonna have to shout out Lemon Party on that one because they really gave big shout outs to Red Bar and how funny he was. Never knew who the guy was, and his shit is hilarious. It definitely is hilarious. I usually just watch the clips because the clips are like an hour long, given that he does a fucking a bi-monthly podcast that each one goes 8 hours. But yeah, they're fucking hilarious. I love when dude, some of the people he makes fun of, like Dalia. That episode was hilarious. When he makes fun of anyone that goes on Rogan. The Dalia ones, the Chris D'Elia ones are the best ones though that Red Bar has done, in my opinion. Fucking hilarious. When he zooms in on the face. Every face that Chris D'Elia makes is just a face of absolute pure scum. Pure scum and filth. Yeah, I fuck with Red Bar heavy, so I'm gonna have to shout out Lemon Party for giving me that recommendation. Unknowingly, obviously. I mean, they talk about him a lot. They say they love him. He's hilarious, and yeah, I watched one clip and got addicted to that shit. Shit is awesome. I love when you fucking roast Bert Kreischer too. When you roast Bert's show, that's called like what? Something's Burning, the cooking one. That one's great. That one is great. Yeah, he'll just kind of roast anyone, and his fucking studio is badass. It's the sickest studio I've seen in podcasting so far. That shit is fire. I'll give him that. I fuck with it heavy. I did not know he lives in Tucson though. Never seen that motherfucker around. I don't know where I'd see him, but never even knew who he really was. I guess he was before becoming the persona he is now. I guess you would say the podcaster, the troll. He's like the best trolling podcaster in the world. I guess he ran comedy clubs. I guess he might have failed at that. I don't know. I don't know if he tried comedy as well. He probably did. I think he's fucking hilarious, but could be wrong. Runs the show with his wife as the producer. But yeah, that studio is fucking beautiful. I gotta give it to him. That studio is fucking beautiful. I mean, yeah. Trying to think of the other ones I watched because there was a lot of funny ones. I just think of the Dalia one is just hilarious. The one that he also did about there was a clip where he was roasting Dalia and Jeff Dye on some fucking other comedian's podcast. That one was hilarious. He fucks with Whitney Cummings too. That's hilarious. Yeah. Someone similar to him too I've been watching. Not similar, but different. Way different in his own unique way is Crack Amico. That guy can fucking spit bars, dog. Everyone's like, yeah, it's parody rap. It's not parody rap. Just like he's said multiple times. It's like, okay, you don't have to fucking commit drive-bys. You don't have to commit RICO, crimes. You don't have to fucking sell millions of dollars worth of fentanyl and drugs to be a rapper. You don't have to only rap about content that literally degrades and destroys society. You can maybe rap about like some Epstein shit, or you can rap about like Chris D'Elia being a fucking freak predator sex addict that just is, and that lies about it after going to rehab for it. You can rap about that. You can rap about scum comedians like Bill Barr that 5 years ago said everyone's a sellout, but then that same comedian goes and does the Riyadh Comedy Festival. You can rap about that. You can rap about comedians taking blood money from Saudi scumbags to perform their content or their material. Think about it, just the material, and the only people you're performing that material for are literally the most scummy millionaires that run that country. You're not going to see a bunch of women there. You're not going to see a bunch of the lower class there because they're essentially slaves, both the women and lower class, to the very small group of powerful billionaires and millionaires and trillionaire families that run that country. And well, yeah, they got oil, but oil is what people don't understand is that oil is everywhere on Earth, or not everywhere, but it's a natural substance. It's a natural resource created by the Earth, almost like Earth's blood. They want to tell you it's a finite source, that you need fossil fuels for it to, you kind of give it that stigma of fossil, like it comes from dinosaurs. That's fucking horseshit. Oil is like the blood of the Earth. It's a natural occurring substance. So fuck off with all that. It's a finite source. They want you to think it's a finite source so people don't start getting ideas of Tesla and free energy, and how if you solve free energy, you just solve the hierarchy of power among human beings. So yeah, they're gonna tell you it came from fucking dinosaurs. And bro, give me actual proof of dinosaurs. Oh, we got bones. Okay, how many things have bones that you find? Okay, I don't know. I don't believe a fucking T-Rex is running around the world. I might be a retard. I don't believe in space. I might be a retard. Maybe I am. Give me proof you went to the moon. I don't believe in space anymore. Fuck you. I don't believe in dinosaurs anymore. I believe in giants over that shit. Shit the fuck out of here, bro. The Bible talks. How many scriptures talk about giants or other things like that? They don't talk about these giant, small-armed fucking lizards running around. But I could be. Maybe I'm retarded. Chickens are essentially dinosaurs, they say. And then you see lizards today, snakes, all those reptiles. Okay, cool. Reptiles are real. I'm not saying reptiles are fake. I'm saying I don't believe a fucking T-Rex was running around the Earth. I could be fucking wrong. Could be wrong. I don't believe it though. I don't have to. Okay, they've lied too much to where I don't have to believe a goddamn word any of these fucking retard experts say. I don't believe. Fuck it. I don't believe in dinosaurs. I don't believe in space. I believe in giants. God damn it. I believe in other dimensions, the DMT realm. I don't believe in space. I believe in aliens. Yeah, but in the form of angel and demons. But I don't think there's a asexual, big-headed, red-eyed, gray alien running around. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I have no clue. But I'm just saying, when you lie so much as a governing body, and you lie to the point of even, you lie to the point of putting the evidence in front of the fucking people you're lying to's face and still lie about it. It's crazy. Maybe that's part of your occult ritual shit, but that's how stupid people are. And maybe I'm one of the fucking retards, but I'm just done believing everything that they say. Maybe some of it's true. But they cried wolf, and now I don't believe in fucking space. Katy Perry never went. Justin Trudeau only puts it in her ass because he likes only fucking asshole because he's a faggot. But Krakamiko, shout out, dude. The guy's dope. Similar to Red Bar, who do this like really long form content, 3 to 4, hours, even more, and you do a lot of I don't want to call it hate watching, but it's a little bit of that, and then which I love. And then he'll watch videos like Red Bar kind of does, like they'll watch certain segments of podcasts maybe, or other videos made by other, comedians or content creators, entertainers, whatnot. It doesn't matter. People that need to have shit talked about them. That's what they comment on. And, Krakamiko even made a dope song called Predator about Crystalia. So that's he's also a rapper. He's a comedian and a rapper, but that doesn't mean he makes comedy rap. A lot of the shit he says in his raps are funny as fuck. Some of the best rappers are hilarious when they're rapping. Tyler the Creator, great example right there. When I saw Tyler the Creator at Coachella, he was like doing bits in between his songs. Because one, he's up there dancing and actually performing, not lip singing, not saying literally 3 words of a sentence that has 10 words in the bar. He's actually performing his songs. He's up there dancing. He's out there actually performing. Unlike, the rappers that all have lean guts and are fucked up on stage and they say 10% of the words. They actually perform 10% of their lyrics during live performances. All the other shit is just bullshit. They're either lip singing or it's playing in the background. They're not moving around. Tyler the Creator's up there, performing, dancing, performing all the lyrics, with a lot of energy. And his songs go hard, so you got to be moving around a lot. And so you're tired in between. Crack some fucking jokes. That's what he did. He's hilarious. Doesn't mean he's a comedy rapper though. What he's saying is still, some shit is funny. Like Krakamiko makes some great jokes, and they are funny. But that doesn't mean it's not a serious fucking rap. That makes zero sense. You're a faggot if you think that. And why can't it be funny? What's so dope about rappers that talk about only taking opiates all day and drinking liquid heroin and literally shooting their own demographic to the point where like they're gonna end up extincting themselves? What's so dope about that? What's so dope about rappers being owned by Jewish record labels and their music being used to degrade their own demographic society? What's so dope about that? Someone explain that to me, please. I would love to know. So Krakamiko makes jokes and his shit. They are funny raps, but they're serious and they're dope. He has good flow. He'll hit. I mean, you have to, like Scuffed Realtor, you have to send in $25 for Nick Rochfort to do a house review. If you want Krakamiko to like rap over a certain beat, a specific beat, you can send that beat in with $5. And he fucking, at the end of his shows, he'll do like off this segment called Off the Dome. And you send him in a beat, you give him $5, and he'll literally just spit bars, freestyle, pause. But no, he's good. He's great. He's great off the dome. Pause. But yeah, he's from Philly, I believe, and my favorite comedy and entertainer scene right now is Philadelphia. I've even become a fucking Eagles and Phillies fan because I enjoy the Philly comedy scene and some of the content creators that come from Philly. You got Matt and Shane, okay? Great podcast. Also subscribe to the Patreon. That's what I do. They're fire podcasts. And then you got Krakamiko. He's doing his own thing. This long form, commenting and hate watching, which is hilarious, and also doing raps at the end, freestyles off any beat that you send in with $5. And he also makes music that you can go find on any of the streaming platforms. That's really fucking good, to be honest. It really is. And I mean, the song about Crystalia, Predator, hilarious. He has songs about Epstein. He has shit like that. Like, he has songs about what's going on in the current climate of our culture. Yeah, there's jokes in it, but like it also has some shit to say about what's going on, and that shit to say is coming from his perspective, and it's a good one. So I fuck with Krakamiko. And you got like the War Mode boys. You got Billy McCuster, which is I hate to be a dick sucking fanboy right now, but my favorite podcaster of all time is Billy McCuster. Shout out fucking Billy, bro. And then you got Spud with him, and dude, they're by far the best podcast of all time. I hate to dick suck and literally ride the dick of War Mode right now. I'm being a little faggot, but I got to shout them out. I've never heard any of those two boys read an ad. Their Patreon's amazing. Their content's amazing. They're not on social media, marketing themselves. They're not comedians. They're fucking, well, they could be if they wanted to, but they're workforce titans, So I respect that, and they're funnier than any other comedian I've ever listened to, and I've never heard one of them read an ad or dick suck an ad company or dick suck anyone for money. They make enough money off their Patreon from actually giving us good content, giving us serious content, and it's not always comedy with them either. I've like learned a lot about history and like how the world works through war mode. Dude, they had Nick Ryan on. They've had Catherine Austin Fitz on. They've had, I think they went on Alex Jones InfoWars. They've had Jack Cruz on. Like they've had Whitney Webb on. So yeah, they go about what you would call, in quotes, conspiracy theories, right? But they go about it in a hilarious way, because it's not even trying to be funny. It's just how they talk to each other. They're great friends, but how they communicate with each other is hilarious. Their comments are hilarious. What the info they're given is great, and well, it's coming from a 32-year-old and a 40-something-year-old, so it's coming from two generations too. So they I don't know. It's the best podcast, and you won't have to hear a single fucking Blue Chew ad throughout the whole time. You won't have to hear a fucking DraftKings ad the whole fucking time. So, and speaking of DraftKings, let's talk about what happened with Chauncey Billups and the NBA and other things that's going on with that. And I should say LeBron as well. LeBron's involved. Don't get that twisted. Don't get that twisted, boy. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. But yeah, just before I get to that, Philly the entertainment scene, comedy scene, podcasting scene in Philly is dope. I mean, I love that. I love the Philly scene, I should say. Like I said, Matt and Shane's podcast, awesome. War Mode, the best of all time. And then you have Crack Amico. You have a bunch of people. You have Gardini. A lot of people hate on Lemaire, but Lemaire's pretty dope too. He's got his own shit going on. Love that shit. Nate Marshall. Yeah. That group. Fucking beast group, in my opinion. You have the guy that runs that magazine. I forgot his name. He has that magazine company he owns. His Instagram is DJ Boner Boy. Fire. That's all I gotta say. Fire. But yeah, NBA. And funny enough, like I have like I don't know Chauncey Billups, but I have someone in my family that knows Chauncey Billups pretty fucking well and has known him for a while. And this person in my family, like I remember one of my, like they live in another state. I see them very, very rarely. Like it's got to be like a wedding, a funeral, some shit like this. But I know them. I speak to them. And I see them every now and then. And one of my earliest memories with this person is like going over to his house when I was really young and him showing me this picture of him and Chauncey Billups on his fridge. And it was signed obviously, and it was like to blah 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 blah. And like they've had a relationship since then. I don't know how deep it goes, but they know each other. So when this shit went down, I immediately called who this person in my family was. And I was like, what's going on with your boy? What's going on with your boy? And he immediately goes, I can't talk about it right now. And I got to go. And then hung up. So, but, even if he did know anything, he's so low level that he didn't really know anything. Not enough for, anyone to even want to go after that. I mean, I don't know. He apparently an ESPN journalist, if you can call ESPN, if a sports journalist company. I don't know if you call that anymore, but apparently an ESPN journalist called him and was like, I have a few questions, but I don't know. That could be horseshit or I don't know. If an ESPN journalist called me about something I was involved with, I would say, you guys are black, gay, and retarded. Don't call me again with anything regarding sports, you faggots. You know nothing about them anymore. Yeah. Please tell me. Have this woman tell me about football, please. Yeah, I'm gonna add actually one more thing that women shouldn't do occupation-wise, or shouldn't be allowed to do. Military, cops, and I'm gonna add another one. Anything sports commentary. Fuck off. But so to get back to this thing, I mean, like, there's more than just rigging games and whatnot. It goes deeper than that. We obviously know about the player. I forgot his name, and I'm not going to look it up. But the player for Chauncey that was throwing games, he was like a big part of it. He was like telling people inside information on, bet on the Bucks for the Lakers game because LeBron's hurt. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, he was in debt like 200K to the mob, so he was doing some dumb shit to probably repay that shit. Chauncey, I don't know. Maybe I find it hard to believe when people like athletes or the coaches make this much money and they actually love the sport. Why even bother with like betting on yourself? Like I'm all for it. They should do it. Like, I'll make one note real quick before we go into the story because why they can't do it? They can't. What's wrong with Pete Rose isn't in the Hall of Fame because of his betting issues, or the Shohei Ohtani's little debacle that happened with betting. Like, why can't they bet on themselves? What sense does it make that they can't? Like it, or that they like? What sense? What sense is there to make it illegal? And I'm only saying that because inside trading seems to be like a legal thing now that happens within Congress and our government. I mean, what's different than it's just inside trading? That's all it is. Yo, LeBron's hurt, so bet on the Bucks. Blah, blah. That's probably what happened there. Oh, I'm gonna throw this game. Blah blah blah. This. So that's tell people you're gonna do that. That's inside trading. Or like, hey, bet the spread on the first half, or bet this many points on me the first half. I'll fake an injury the second half. That's inside trading. Oh, this fighter's injured, but he's still gonna fight. We're not gonna tell the commission. A trainer goes and says that to people, and people bet on the other guy. That's a inside trading move. So why? So we have Cash Faggot Cross-eyed Patel saying, "Oh, we're going to crack down on this. We're going to crack the federal basketball investigation." I saw a meme that said that. It's hilarious. We're going to crack down on this because law doesn't get through the cracks under this administration. And it's like, oh, that's really funny, dude. That's really funny. So you're going to crack down on this, which is literally the same thing, but not as bad as inside trading going on in the U.S. government. Pelosi. Okay, why don't you crack down on that and crack down and do a nice little motorboat on them titties? Yeah, why didn't you crack down on Nancy Pelosi and them big old tatas? Why did Martha Stewart go to jail for $30,000 profit due to an inside trading move, but Nancy Pelosi is worth $200 million with a $200,000 a year salary? So explain that then. Why didn't you crack down on that, you cross-eyed faggot? You stinky faggot Patel. Fuck you. Why didn't you crack down on that? Why didn't you crack down on, and she's not the only one, why don't you crack down on all the inside trading going on, all the lobbying going on within the government, which is no different than what's going on when you're rigging sports games or, rigging the gambling system. It's all based on information. And when someone has inside information, they know what to bet on, what to short, what not to bet on, blah, 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 blah. And it's no different than what's going on in the government. And what's going on in the government's way worse because wars are started over this. People are killed. Countries are decimated. Regime change happens. All this crazy shit. And, people get rich that are supposed to be only on a salary from tax-paying dollars. And when the tax-paying salary is not even comparable to what they make on inside trading, well, that salary becomes worthless to even attend to or pay attention to. So what we want becomes a matter of the least priority. So, yeah, that's what I have to say about that. Fuck you, Cash Patel. It's no different than inside trading. Investigate the whole fucking government then. Not only for fucking kids, but inside trading. If you're cracking down on this type of organized crime behavior, fuck you, you cross-eyed faggot stinking bitch. All right, but yeah. And to get back to it, I mean, I was talking about the player that was, kind of the main star of this whole story. He was in debt. probably. And he's probably trying to pay back the debt to the mob because now we got the mob involved in this. There's, I think, 3 different crime families involved. I forgot what it's called. Like, it's a little Nostraka. I forgot what it's called. But that crime family essentially is like the merger of the 3 different most powerful crime families that are still kind of operating. The Gambino family is one of them. I think the Genovese family might have been one, if that's even one of them. I don't know. I know the Gambino for sure. There's 3 different families though. And I know when it first happened, there was like 13 of the members of these families indicted, but I think there's a lot more, is what my dad was telling me. And that's interesting. But yeah, so you can say the player was actually trying to pay back debt, and he's trying to do it in a scummy way, which means rigging, throwing games, fucking rigging casino games, so poker, high stakes, high stakes games, private high stakes, very valuable games, and he was trying to use that profit to repay loans. And okay, yeah, you can say that for the player. When it comes to someone like Chauncey Billups, you got to think like the mob might have just came up and been like, "You do this or else," all right? Just intimidation. Like maybe he didn't want to do it. Maybe a lot of these players that are kind of involved throwing games, blah 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 blah. Maybe a lot of them are doing it to make money because they're that scummy and what they've already made with their contracts isn't enough, or they owe money, or they're just plain out being intimidated by the mob. It's like, if you've seen Sopranos, I don't know. If you haven't, you're a fucking gay retard. Need to get on that. But all you have to do, the mob operates on intimidation. They go to a local business or some shit like that, or people that they want to exploit, and they say, hey, you're going to need security. You can pay us to do that for you. No, I don't need security. We've been fine over the years. And they go, you're going to need security or someone's going to fuck this place up. So they basically intimidate people into paying them to protect them from themselves. It's a crazy scam. And so you could argue that Chauncey Billups was under some type of intimidation like that. And then now you got people from the Lakers being thrown under the bus for some bullshit. But why isn't LeBron being investigated? Why is he always injured and like nowhere to be found when shit like this is going down? Remember, he was injured for the Met Gala, which he was the chair of, and that was at the same exact time that the Diddy trial was going on. He was just injured for that. That was probably the injury that caused him to sit out. That the one player told other people to then bet on the Bucks because LeBron's hurt. So it's all scummy, and no one's saying that LeBron's involved, unless it's some independent alternative media source. You're not going to find mainstream or popular media sources that are going to tell you fucking LeBron's involved, and he is. And what's funny is this family member of mine, like probably about a year ago, he was in LA and he invited me, and I'll tell you, he's from Iowa. So he was in LA for this party where LeBron was going to be in attendance, Chauncey Billups was there, blah 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 blah, and he's like, "Hey, if you want to come to LA tonight, you can come to this party with me." And I'm like 8 hours away in Tucson, and I had work, and I was like, "No, I can't." But that's sick. You just invited me to a fucking Diddy party, essentially. And like, I don't know what went down at that party, but Chauncey was there, LeBron was there, the other members were probably there. There's probably some crime family members running around. Well, so what went down at that fucking Diddy party, essentially? And I almost wish I went, but it was probably some scummy shit. Probably some high stakes poker games with some very wealthy individuals, where they got scammed out of a lot of money. But the thing is, I'll bring up some. This will be the last thing I say about this, because I think there's going to be more and more shit coming out. But you have, like I said, there was 13 original crime family members indicted on this. There's going to be more, I'm guessing. People are going to end up dead. That's what's going to happen. People are going to end up dead as well if it involves a crime family. I don't know why they wouldn't, right? And I think LeBron's involved. And like Sam Tripoli will tell you, like in sports, once you're no use to them and you're not providing the value you once did, like Michael Vick, when he couldn't win a Super Bowl for the team he was on, then the dogfighting leak, the leaks go out, and that whole scandal happens. Like, I feel like when LeBron's averaging, I don't know what he averages. I don't know what's like really good for NBA because I don't watch that faggy sport. But since Kobe died, I love Kobe. But I feel like when LeBron's averaging less than like 10 to 15 points, they're gonna be like, all right, you're kind of like no use to us. Your kid is a worse shooter than Matthew Crooks. We're gonna have to leak what we know about your Diddy connection and your connection to the scandal that happened with the sports betting and casino rigging. I think that'll happen once his value goes and he can't generate, championships every year for a team and lead a team to win a championship at any given time. He's going to have a lot to deal with legally, given his connection to Diddy and his connection to this betting shit. So let me get this information up real quick. All right. All right. All right. Come on, where's this shit at? Let's go. God damn it. All right, so Damon Jones, that was the player that owed the money to the mob. So Damon Jones text messages when LeBron James was going to miss a game against the Bucks, in quotes. Get a big bet on Milwaukee tonight. In quotes again. Bet enough so D Jones can eat too now. And I guess like Damon Jones and Gilbert Arenas and LeBron would all like, chill together and do this type of shit. And I guess Gilbert Arenas went and like told them and did some informant shit. And, is probably going to get a nice little deal because he did that. What else? And then this is a clip. So this was in a 2023 podcast episode. Poker player Matt Berkey told the story about how he heard people playing poker with Chauncey Billups, and he knew he was scamming and stealing money from an illegal gambling ring. All right, it's 4 minutes.
Get your little toy. God,
Fuck it, let's just watch it on the TV then. Where is? I don't know how good the video will be for this, but let's see.
So manipulated. Man, to touch on Benny real quick, like his attitude at the game. He was always just like so semi-happy, semi-grumpy, and man, I would have never thought we were being cheated by this man this whole time. Like if he didn't just like completely smash the game,
like the shit right to a T,
right? Yeah. Like the absolute perfect shit right. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, cheating's bad. Okay,
it is.
There are a lot of a lot of stories about it. There's one that cropped up. This must have been like 5 years ago, 2019-ish, I think, 4 years ago. Where there was this game. It started in LA and then it came to Vegas for a few days, and it was all built around Chauncey Billups. And I had heard about the game, and the person who told me about it was like, "Look, I know the game runners. I'm telling you 100% this game is on the up and up." And I was like, "Well, I know a lot of people that are involved, and I'm telling you 100% that it is not on the up and up."
Yeah.
And we kind of went back and forth, and I agreed that like I just wasn't going to go play it, but I had some friends who went and played it both in LA and in Vegas, and it obviously like was for sure confirmed to be cheated. Like people who clearly didn't even understand the rules of no limit hold'em are just like jamming hundreds of big blinds in with like a gutty and then just drilling it. Only the pros are losing. Like,
how was it figured out? Like, you just
I can't remember if this was the game where
loudspeaker.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Loudspeaker.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still. I mean, it's not like Chauncey and Pierce don't know each other. I feel like it's probably the same crowd overlapping there, but maybe not. Either way, it was it was basically confirmed amongst all of the pros that the game was cheated, but there was just no recourse.
Gotcha.
And they got absolutely flayed.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no recourse in a lot of these situations.
Well, it's tough too whenever you're dealing with somebody like high profile like that because they carry a lot of weight and hold a lot of power. So all you can do is like kind of unite together and threaten to publicly out him or extort him in some sort of capacity. In which case, good luck. It's like this guy beat rape charges. You think he cares about you calling him a cheater?
Yeah, I mean, it's like from other aspects, like most people that are cheating, they come prepared for a situation when it does happen. So like, you just can't really out them when they're there. You don't want to call it out in public. Like,
what was crazy to me is that,
and then he sent the.
So that's crazy, I guess. So people have known about what goes on at these games for a while now, and like the guy said, unless there's rape charges, it's hard to do anything because people are so fucking powerful that cheating doesn't mean shit to them, especially cheating accusations, shit like that. So I mean, come on. But yeah, actually, I gotta get more information. I got more on the LeBron connections. So, okay, these. I mean, I don't think the video will be actually good enough to even play, but this comes from Dom Lecrae on X, and he posted this possible alleged connection with LeBron in the NBA scandal that's going on. So this says breaking. LeBron James has now been linked to the FBI's rigged gambling probe. Details of LeBron James's injury status were sold by his friend and former NBA player Damon Jones as part of a massive prop betting scheme, according to court docs and law enforcement sources. Every industry except sports was exposed until now. Big pharma, politics, music industry, Hollywood, and even science. Sports was the last pillar of the man-made simulation to keep humans distracted. What is about to happen next will change life forever. We will be the first generation to learn the truth of every industry that plays a role in our lives. All right, whatever. So that's what I mean. That's just we'll see. We'll see. I think LeBron was given inside information, and I think he was kind of taking part in it. But we'll see. He's a powerful motherfucker. I put a video in my clips, or I put a video in the intro. It's short, but I have the whole video that I can actually play here of another guy talking about LeBron's power within the league. Now, let's see if I can find it. Maybe. Fuck, I don't know where it is. I don't think about. How did I get it on my fucking? I would have had it in my notes, or not my notes. Let's see. Well, I guess I won't play it. I'm not gonna go looking for it. Damn, that's gay. Basically, he was just talking about like the power that LeBron has within the NBA. He'd be like, "Oh, it was another player. He'd be like, I'd do a podcast and I'd bring up like a story with LeBron, or I'd say something about LeBron, and I would get a call from someone and be like, "Yo, I know you're just doing your I know you're doing this, whatever you got to do. Just you know, let's try not to talk about LeBron as much. Let's keep that name out your mouth. Keep LeBron's name out your mouth." And yeah, I guess some pretty powerful people called him and were like, "Yeah, you can talk about this other shit, but let's keep LeBron's name out of the mouth of yours when you go on podcasts and whatnot, talking about all these stories and whatnot." And they're like, "Yo, LeBron knows people." I don't know. So I don't know. Apparently, he has some like some occult symbolism tattooed on his back or his chest. I forgot which part of his body, but it's huge. I don't know. But yeah, LeBron's definitely involved. Come on. Let's not be retarded here. All right, on to something different. Let's see. What else do we got? What else do we got? What else do we got, motherfucker? Let's see. All right. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just fucking with. I got a new mic, so we're testing this baby out. I don't know how this sounds. I don't know how it's gonna sound. Hopefully, it sounds all right. All right. Yeah. Let's go. All right. So, damn. All right, so I don't know. All right, I've watched some good shit lately. I want to give some thoughts on Boardwalk Empire. Just some quick thoughts. Haven't finished it yet, but it's pretty fucking good. I think it's really fucking good. Honestly, I think it's up there with like, I don't know if I can throw it up there with Thrones, but I don't know, maybe Breaking Bad's level. I think it's definitely it's almost the level of Sopranos. Nah, I'm retarded. It's like it's a tier below all of those. Thrones, Breaking Bad, Sopranos. It's about a tier below that, but it's if you've seen it, you know what it's about. But basically, it's about a group of gangsters in different areas of the country, but kind of focuses on certain people in the corruption within Atlantic City and the gangsters there during Prohibition, so like 1920s, and kind of how that whole situation, Prohibition, kind of propped up organized crime. Even Meyer Lansky, the head of the Jewish mob, that really was one of the factors that gave sexual blackmail and blackmail in general a lot of momentum. He's a character in Boardwalk Empire, which is like something you rarely see, is like the Jewish mob being portrayed as being one of the more powerful groups, in organized crime. But the thing I like about Boardwalk Empire, as compared to like The Sopranos, and I don't know, because I think maybe The Sopranos was supposed to give off the vibe of romanticizing or rooting for Tony Soprano, even though he was a fucking scumbag, murdering asshole psycho that like should never be glorified or supported. But like you learn to love that character and you start supporting him. So maybe that's part of the show. I kind of like that part. I don't know. But when you talk about Boardwalk Empire and Nucky Thompson, and who is like he's the gangster that's kind of playing the main. It's played by Steve Buscemi, who is also in Sopranos, funny enough. But he's a powerful individual within Atlantic City that's involved in bootlegging. Ran the Treasury Department for a sec, blah blah blah. Oh, he's always being put on trial, always getting off, can have people murdered. He's a very powerful gangster in Atlantic City during the time of Prohibition, which he took part in the bootlegging activities to get the alcohol to the people that wanted the shit. And the thing about that though is like, well, not only like, okay, so Tony Soprano, he's like, I'm not saying he's an attractive, sexy guy because that's gay and pause, but he's like someone you could love. But Steve Buscemi's kind of like a a repulsive person to look at physically. I hate to say that. Sorry, Steve, but I don't know. You're so fucking old now. Who cares? And you're never gonna hear this. But I think he's kind of repulsive to look at, and I don't know if that's part of what creates this phenomenon. But I like his character is like he's involved in the same activities that someone like Tony Soprano or and a character like that would be involved in: murder, extortion, blackmail, blah blah blah, illegal shit that's not supposed to be going on that he's profiting off of. And you love Tony Soprano for it, but in this, when you watch it, you're kind of repulsed by Steve Buscemi's character, Nucky Thompson. I don't know if it has anything to do with the physical attributes of Steve Buscemi being somewhat repulsive. Not only if you're a girl, but a dude. I don't know if that takes part in it. Maybe it does. But when I watch The Sopranos, I'm one of the guilty people that's like, I'm rooting for Tony. The guy's dope. I romanticize Tony. I glorify Tony, even though he's a psychopath, murdering individual like King Von. I used to fucking blast King Von's music, and I'm like, damn, I was just blasting the music of a fucking serial killer. Same thing with Tony. It's just like, I love this guy. I love this character. But when I watch Boardwalk Empire, I'm like, damn, I fucking hate Nucky Thompson. The guy's a scumbag. He just kills people no matter what age, whatever benefits him the most. He's a cheating scumbag. And I fucking hate him. He's repulsive. And then you look at Tony, he's cheating on his wife. He's murdering. He's extorting. He's doing every single thing that Nucky Thompson does in Boardwalk Empire. But I'm repulsed by Nucky Thompson, and I glorify and almost want to manifest into Tony Soprano when I watch The Sopranos. So I have no clue. I don't know what's behind that. I don't know if Tony Soprano was written in a way to create that that glorifying devotion to his character, and Nucky Thompson's was written in the opposite way, or it's like James Gandolfini is just like, as a human, as a physical person to look at, and his demeanor is one that someone can fall in love with, someone that you can get attached to. And Steve Buscemi's just an ugly, repulsive fuck. And when he plays a character like Tony Soprano, the opposite effect happens because of his physical attributes. And instead of glorifying and romanticizing his character like we do Tony Soprano, we fucking are repulsed, or I am at least, when I watch Boardwalk Empire and see Nucky Thompson. So I don't know. Those are my thoughts so far. I'm not done with them. I'm like in season 3. I think there's 5 seasons. I don't know. It's fucking, it's an amazing. I'm not saying I don't like the show because of that. I'm just saying I'm having a different response to 2 different characters in 2 different shows that are essentially playing like almost the same role. So all right. Let's talk about Mayan revival architecture. This shit is fucking dope. I don't really know how to explain this, so just go look it up. It's fucking I find it beautiful. I find it aesthetically pleasing to look at. I would love if I had the money to build a house that was the theme of Mayan architecture or Mayan revival architecture. And the only reason I know about this type of architecture known as Mayan revival is because I'm in a Discord server where someone posted a picture of the Sowden house or Soden house. I don't know how to say it. Sowden, which is in, I think it's West LA. It's in LA. And it's a famous house because a famous murder happened in it. And it's a beautiful fucking house. It's, again, I'm going to repeat it just to make sure I get that through. It's Mayan revival. Look it up. I can't explain it, so look it up. And there's one very famous architect that is known for creating this Mayan revival theme. And he's the one that designed the house that this murder happened in as well. And I'm going to give his name real quick. Lloyd Wright. So the Sowden House was designed by architect Lloyd Wright, son of the renowned Frank Lloyd Wright, in 1926, located in Los Feliz, Los Angeles. The house is a prime example of Mayan revival architecture, known for its dramatic temple-like facade and intricate concrete blocks. So Frank Lloyd. Oh no, he's a son of Frank Lloyd. It's Lloyd Wright. That's weird. So Lloyd Wright, the son of the renowned Frank Lloyd Wright. Oh, okay. So Lloyd Wright is the architecture, and he does a lot of the work that you see regarding Mayan revival. And so let's look. I'm going to give a little rundown on this. On this house real quick. Or the murder that happened in this house, and then we'll do a couple more things. Couple more hate watch shit. Let's see. So I'm gonna let's ask Rock. Give me a rundown on the Sowden house murder. I think also known as the Black Dahlia murder. All right. So, the Black Dahlia murder, a rundown. The Black Dahlia murder refers to the brutal, unsolved killing of Elizabeth Short, a 22-year-old aspiring actress. On January 15th, 1947, in Los Angeles, Short's body was discovered severed in half at her waist, drained of blood, mutilated, including her mouth slashed into a Glasgow smile, and posed in a vacant lot in the Leimert Park neighborhood. The case exploded into one of America's most infamous unsolved crimes, fueled by sensational media coverage that dubbed her the Black Dahlia, a play on the 1946 film The Blue Dahlia and her dark hair. Despite thousands of suspects, false confessions, and endless theories, no one has ever been charged. Short, originally from Massachusetts, had moved to California, chasing Hollywood dreams, but lived a transient life, often staying with friends or acquaintances. She was last seen alive on January 9th, 1947 at the Biltmore Hotel in downtown LA, reportedly waiting for a mysterious blind date. The killers performed surgical level dismemberment, suggesting medical knowledge, and the body was cleaned and posed, indicating a ritualistic element. The LAPD's investigation was hampered by leaks, hoax letters, including one with Short's belongings, and corruption, turning it into a media crisis. Connection to the Sowden House. The Sowden House, also called the John Sowden House at 5121 Franklin Avenue in Los Angeles, is a Mayan revival mansion designed in 1926 by Lloyd Wright, son of Frank Lloyd Wright. Its fortress-like facade, featuring interlocking concrete blocks etched with Mayan motifs, a dramatic jaw-like entryway, and secretive interior spaces, earned its nicknames like the Jaws House or Black Dahlia House. Built for artist John Sowden as a party venue for Hollywood elites, hosting figures like Charlie Chaplin, it changed hands multiple times before Dr. George Hill Hodel bought it in 1945 for $55,000, about $800,000 today. I think it was also most recently sold for $6.16 million to the heir of Grand Central Market in LA. So I think that's about it. All right. Hodel, a charismatic but controversial gynecologist known for his bohemian lifestyle, surrealist art interest, and rumored affairs, lived there with his family from 1945 to 1950. The house's basement, described as labyrinthine with possible hidden rooms behind bookcases, became central to theories that it was the murder site. Hodel hosted wild parties, and the property's isolated, soundproof design, thick concrete walls, allegedly allowed dark activities, including orgies and abuse. George Hodel, so the guy that lived there, is the prime suspect. He was a doctor. He's, I think he was a physician, so he would have had this knowledge, given that her body was like ritualistically severed and, I don't know, medically severed, whatever they said. So we got George Hodel, the prime suspect. Hodel emerged as the top suspect in the 1940s LAPD probe, but was never publicly named due to his influence. Evidence included physical and circumstantial links. Short was seen with Hodel's acquaintances. He had surgical skills matching the autopsy. Concrete bags bought by Hodel around the murder date suggested body disposal. 1949 scandal. Hodel was tied and acquitted for incest with his daughter, Tamar, who accused him of sexual abuse and lust for blood. Tamar's testimony implicated the Sowden house as a site for depravity. Wiretap transcripts. In 1950, while under surveillance during the incest probe, bugs in the house captured a woman screaming in the basement. Ooh. Followed by digging sounds. Later, Hodel was overheard saying to a friend, "Supposing I did kill the Black Dahlia. They couldn't prove it. They can't talk to my secretary because she's dead." The secretary, Evelyn Cordial, had recently died under suspicious circumstances. Hodel fled to Asia in 1950 amid mounting pressure. Abandoning his family, he died in 1999 in the Philippines at age 91, never charged. Damn. All right. So Steve Hodel's revelations. The modern revival of the Sowden House theory came from Hodel's son, Steve, a retired LAPD homicide detective, who in 2003 published A Black Dahlia Avenger, A Genius for Murder. While sorting his late father's effects, Steve found photos he believed were of Short, possibly taken at the house. He argued Hodel not only killed Short, but also committed other 1940s LA murders, like the Lone Woman and the red lipstick cases, and even the Zodiac killings, a fringe claim that damaged his credibility. Steve's evidence included handwriting analysis linking Hodel to the killer's taunting letters, acoustic analysis of the wiretaps, Hodel's obsession with Man Ray's surrealist art, mirroring the crime's grotesqueness, cadaver dogs alerting to human remains in the basement, though no digs were allowed. Critics note much is circumstantial, and Steve's bias as a son is evident. Still, LAPD files released in 2019 confirm Hodel was a key suspect. So yeah, that's the murder, and so you should look up the house. I honestly love I just was introduced to this type of architecture yesterday, so I'm obsessed with it. If I have enough money at any point in my life, enough to design my own property in whatever way I want to, I'm definitely going Mayan revival. All right. All right, yeah. So, yeah, yesterday also, I just want to say I ate a fucking whole ass octopus yesterday at La Frida in Tucson, Arizona. And that type of food disgusts my mom. So, and she didn't even know that when I ordered it, I forgot what it was called, like the El Pulpo, Pastor. She didn't know that I ordered an octopus. And that shit kind of makes her, it was for her birthday too. We went out to eat, and that shit kind of makes her nauseous, you would say. So the shit came out, and she goes, "What the fuck did you order? Do you know you ordered that?" And I was like, "Yeah, I looked up what they had on the special menu for October before we came." And she's like, "Oh, I can't even look at it." And then I was like, "All right." I literally had to cover, because it was her birthday. I felt bad. I was like, I don't want her looking at something that makes her want to throw up. I had to cover my food because she was sitting across from me with like whatever was on the table. I felt so bad, but it was a fucking. I have a picture, but I don't know how to show it. It had food. It was about like 4 tentacles long. It had some nice little crispy potatoes under it, served with a salad. It was pretty good, chewy. I don't know if I'll do it again. I always find it weird that like there's such an intelligent being and there's such an intelligent creature that I don't know if it's necessarily moral to do that, but I think that a lot of creatures are intelligent that we eat. But also at the same time, I'm like, did I just fucking eat an alien? Did I just fucking eat? I mean, I just literally put ET in my mouth. Say, yep, see you later. ET, phone home. I'll shit you out later. But yeah, no, it was good. It was good. I don't know if I'll do it again. My mom's reaction kind of like made me not want to eat it either. So I don't know. But I mean, I've had great Mexican food. If I go back, I'll probably get their tacos or their enchiladas or something. But when I go and I see something like that on the menu, I'm like, I'm gonna try that. It was $36. That's fucking outrageous. But I'm gonna try something like that while I'm here. And if I ever come again, I'll probably get something else because it wasn't my favorite dish. I didn't like it terribly. It was nothing to write home about. But my first time at the restaurant, I'm gonna try something like that. I'm sorry, that's just how I am. Like, I mean, Asian bitches are not my, not my preferred race. I'd say I don't really care. It can be anyone as long as you're beautiful and I don't know, some other things I don't need to get into because I'm not trying to be a faggot. But I'm just saying, Asian bitches would fuck with me if they were dating me when it comes to food. I'd be like, you want to eat a live fucking squid right now? You want to eat a live crab? You want to pour boiling hot water on some living sea creature and shove it down your gullet? I'll do it. You want to go to a restaurant that does that? I'll do it. Fuck it. But no, it was good. I liked it. But like I said, it was nothing like spectacular. Like I mean, I shouldn't, not trying to be gross, but what came out this morning was almost caused me not to be able to hike. So, but no, La Frida's great. I know my dad got the enchiladas, said they were great. Mom got the tacos. I forgot which kind of tacos they were, but they were great too. If I go back, that's probably what I'll get. But this time I was like, it's my first time here. I'm getting the fucking octopus, the grilled octopus. And give me a Corona, please. And that's what I did. And I had a good time. It was good. It was good. So I don't know if you're in Tucson and listening to this. I have no clue. But La Frida in Tucson, Arizona. La Frida. All right, let's see what else. One more thing. I want to talk about these ICE protests and the No Kings. Okay, No Kings protest. The only people that show up to this are beta pussies who would put on a mask if their fucking lady told them to, and they would stick poison into their arm to protect them from a fake virus if their lady told them to. They voted for Kamala. These dudes are faggots. and pussies, and you should spit on their forehead when you interact with them. Second of all, and these dudes that go to these protests, the No Kings, they're trying to pick up. If they're not a boomer, they're trying to pick up a bitch with these types of views because they're too fucking pussy to walk up to anyone attractive at a bar or anywhere else because they have social anxieties and they're on all types of fucking psychiatric meds that they have to go to a No Kings protest to see if they can fuck some 6-year-old white faggot woman with 9 cats. Fuck off. Okay, and that gets me to my other thing. It's about 5% of those types of dudes at these No Kings protests. The other 95% are literal fucking it's literally only institutionalized, educated, white retard women. White women that are fucking institutionalized and educated and came out total fucking retards. That's who's at the No Kings protest. But these ICE protests in Portland are pretty fucking crazy. They have like the trannies have like a safe house where they all go to when they're their encampments that are illegal to set up on the side of the road get taken down. They all go to this safe house. And funny enough, I hate to say this, but the one that's running the safe house, his name is Chandler. And I guess they host like orgies and shit at the safe house too, this apartment where they all go to, come up with their plans and organize. And I guess they also have orgies and shit. Yeah, like I guess this Chandler character is like the trans community Diddy. He's not trans himself. He's probably fucks him all the time. Probably fucks anything. Dude probably is fucking his couch right now. Nothing against him. But no, he's not trans or anything, but he's the host right now. He's like the safe house where they all go organize. They all come up with their plans probably. They stay when they all have to take a shit, because you can piss on the side of the road when you're doing all these protests, but when they have to take a shit, they run to this guy's house and they shit in his house and then they go back. So, and I guess in this smelly house where they all these trannies take shits and get fucked in their synthetic man-made holes, they also have orgies. And it's like the trans Diddy of the world, this Chandler character. He is the Diddy of the trans community in Portland. And so they all been running to the safe house. A bunch of shit's been popping off. It's fucking crazy. And it's fucking absurd what some of these people look like, how they act, their demeanor. They're disgusting. And I'm not for martial law and for the National Guard and military groups to be sent in to take control of this whole situation. That's scary because if you send in military personnel and the National Guard to control the situation and start patrolling the streets in cities that are, in cities where this shit is happening, these insane protests, these, Antifa, trans activists protesting the ICE raids and everything else they're pissed off about, it gets real dangerous. Because if you have martial law and military personnel patrolling streets, like they're patrolling the streets in New York at the moment, where you see people in full military gear, full military outfits, and whatnot, it gets a little concerning because if they're patrolling the streets, they're doing it for a specific reason right now, which the people that are normal begged for, but they don't understand that leads to them patrolling you at one point. Whether you want them there during these protests right now, at some point in the future, these same groups, military personnel, National Guard, will start patrolling you and your family and your neighbors and your neighborhood and everywhere else. It will just expand. And next thing you know, you have martial law and you have to be in before fucking 8 p.m. You have to be in before 8 p.m. And then next thing you know, you pull out your guns. Next thing you know, they come and take your guns because you pulled them out because you didn't like the 8 p.m. curfew. And then after that, what do you have? Well, it's probably simultaneous, to be honest, not after. But you have Palantir coming in to make sure that no one's out after 8 p.m. And you make sure that Palantir is surveilling everyone, not just the immigrants anymore, but everyone, to make sure no one's out after 8 p.m., to make sure no one has guns. And then you lose your right to speech. And then now it's not a democracy. It's not anything with any characteristics of freedom. It's literally a state that is under mass surveillance, a surveillance state, and now being ruled like an authoritarian country that we see all over the world, and that never goes well. So we'll watch one video that I thought was hilarious to kind of describe these people that are protesting, and it's a bunch of MAGA supporters, and then the other side is the opposite, and then it's like it's literally what the top wants these protests to create and manufacture is dumb retard MAGA supporters and then furry faggots arguing with each other in the streets, literally throwing fists, pissing and shitting on each other while they do everything else that needs to be done to further their agenda. So let's watch one more video and then we're peacing out. God damn it. It'd be so nice to have a producer. It's like, hey, can I pull that shit up? Pull that video up. Let me pull that shit up, Jamie. I would love that. It'd be so nice just to. We're upgrading we're getting this. This isn't the actual studio. This is where I record now, but it's getting better and better. It was audio at one. It was audio only at one point. Now we're doing video. Now we're kind of adding a device where we can watch these videos, and hopefully it keeps getting better and better to where everything runs smoothly. We'll see. Runs smoothly, where things can just be pulled up, things can be heard perfectly fine, things can be seen with amazing quality, but, you know, one step at a time, right? One step at a time. All right, one more video. Actually, two. This one's shorter, though. So this is a teacher that was protesting with the trans faggots. And here's Baywatch real quick. But this is a teacher that is protesting with the trans faggots and obviously publicly drunk. Obviously maybe even retarded. And I'm not making a joke as just saying retarded. This person might actually be mentally retarded. And I guess it's a teacher, and you could make the case that this is a special needs teacher who's also special needs herself. Obviously drunk, probably on some type of drug that is causing her to see ghosts. So, watch this.
The indoctrination? Oh my God, she's a teacher. We have a teacher that's against the federal government. She's fighting against the federal government. Why are you against the federal government when you work for the federal government? So, no, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't know. That lady looks like she's fucked up on some shit. I don't know if you can see it that well, to be honest. She looked pretty fucked up. Let's go, last video. Alright.
Yeah, you guys are sexual fucking deviants.
You Antifa folks.
You fake Christian bitch. You fake Christian bitch. Who would you?
Jesus said obey the laws of the land. Illegals are not obeying the laws of the land.
Hey, Tommy, what Jesus said.
Tommy, I'm a little and I'm proud.
You can see too.
I'm a little and I'm proud.
This is peak mental illness. Peak mental illness right now. This is great. You guys make great content. Peak mental illness right now. Who's at the left? Who's the toughest at the left?
He called me a video. He got a conquer people, conquer land.
And that little thing, if you can't see him clearly, is literally a like midget that's retarded, that has a binky in its mouth, that's running around with people wearing furry outfits and yelling about fetishes.
I'm smarter than you are. Oh, and the asshole that exploits people.
Look, you got the debate. It doesn't matter, woman. We're debating about that. Let's go. We love Nick.
We love Nick. We love Nick. We love Nick.
We love Nick. We love Nick. Let's go.
Now, you guys talk about Dick constantly. That's what you guys like to bring up.
Let's go. Benjamin Button with the binky though. Yeah. Benjamin Button with the binky though.
He absolutely will not debate me because he's
I'm not insulting.
right, because you're a moron.
That don't mean you should suck on a binky. You're not a fucking baby, bro.
I'm a little and I'm proud. You fucked up.
Sorry if you guys can't see that well. I'm trying.
You guys take advantage of the mentally ill. It's pretty sad. You put them on the front lines, let them get
I see that town hall over here.
Hey, Tommy, fuck bitches get money means fucking female women, not dogs.
I would never say that about.
Mikey McCoy, Charlie Kirk's chief.
Alright, that's going to be it for the day. I don't know how this audio is going to be. We're testing some new shit, so. Alright, peace.
The honorable thing for our species to do is deny our programming. Stop reproducing. Walk hand in hand into extinction. One last midnight, brothers and sisters opting out of a raw deal.
Ai de mim, ai pim, o inhame, a batata é uma puta barata. Deixa ela prona, buna, baba que baba de bobo. Transa uma com a cebola, aquele hálito que hábito me fecha. Ai de mim, ai pim, o inhame, a batata é uma puta barata. Deixa ela prona, buna, baba.